Hello and welcome to the American Council of Engineering Companies of Mississippi's Engineering Excellence Awards program. This is a special event in which we honor our association's outstanding engineering projects for the year. I'm Virtual Craig Carter, ACECM, Executive Director. Usually we are together for cocktails, a steak dinner and a ceremony. But because of COVID-19, and out of an abundance of caution, this year we are functioning remotely. We asked our contestants to submit video explanations of their engineering projects so that we could bring you this event virtually. Like in past awards programs, we'll recognize those projects that were selected by our judges as our best of the year. Also, like past events, the competition was judged by independent, outside parties. So welcome to our very socially distanced awards event. I'd like to start by thanking all who submitted entries. We have 5 award winners tonight. Each has submitted a video offering some details on their project, and we are happy to share those videos with you tonight. We'll start with our 3 honor awards, then we'll move on to our first runner-up, the Grand Award, and finish with our winner, the Grand Conceptor Award. Our first video was an honor award winner, as well as the People's Choice winner for Best Video. Here is the submission from Cook Coggin Engineers on the Northeast Community College baseball field. If you build it, they will come.
What's he doing?
He's plowing under his corn.
Northeast Mississippi Community College has never had an on-campus sports field, but that all changed February 1st, 2020, with its very own Field of Dreams baseball and softball complex designed by Cook Coggin Engineers. The baseball field is NCAA regulation size with artificial turf on the infield and outfield. The Tigers and Northeast logos stand out in the backstop area. A subsurface draining system allows for all-weather play. The LED video audio scoreboard stands out in right field.
You wouldn't believe how many guys wanted to play here. We had to beat them off with a stick.
Top of the 5th, 2 outs, nobody on. Cole Phillips delivers. The bouncer to third. Nice backhand stab by Landon Wilkerson. The softball field is also NCAA regulation size with artificial turf on the infield and outfield. Here too, the Tigers and Northeast logos stand out in the backstop area. The softball field has its own video audio scoreboard in left field. Northeast trying to get out of this bases loaded 2-out jam. The roller to the right side and the Tigers do it. The indoor batting facility has 21 feet eve height and 6,840 square feet of indoor practice area with indoor turf floor covering. For convenience and functionality, the fieldhouse locker rooms open into the home dugouts. The facility is equipped with industrial-size washer, dryer, and ice maker. Coaches have separate locker room and restrooms.
People will most definitely come.
The Northeast mascot greets all fans. There are restrooms and a ticket booth on the first floor with media, VIP suites, and conference rooms on the second floor. The entire facility is ADA compliant.
Just wanted to thank you folks for putting up this field.
Cook Coggin Engineers, celebrating 75 years of engineering excellence. Vision, drive, precision.
And the Oscar goes to...
Cook Coggin knocked it out of the park with that one. Thanks for that submission. Now let's take a minute to recognize our sponsors, without whom we would not be able to have this fabulous virtual dinner. Raise your glass and help me recognize Burns Cooley Dennis, Butchered Horn, Cook Coggin Engineers, Environmental Technical Sales Incorporated, Sunbelt Sealing Incorporated, Turner Insurance and Financial Services, Thanks to all of you for your support. Now we'll move on to our next honor award. This project was submitted by Shows, Dearman and Waits for the Mississippi National Guard Obstacle Course. You'll want to put your running shoes on for this one.
Welcome to Camp Shelby Joint Forces Training Center. We're here at the obstacle course that we built with the Mississippi National Guard, and we are submitting this project for the Engineering Excellence Awards. To give you all a little introduction to what this project was like, my co-worker here, Alex, are going to run through some obstacles for y'all. But don't worry, we are not starting on this one, as it's a little outside of our abilities. So come with us and let's see how we do. That's going to wrap up the obstacles that we're going to run today. They're a little harder than they look. I don't know how you feel, Alex, but we'll show y'all a few more that we aren't going to run today that are on the course, because I just don't think I quite have the confidence for the confidence climb. Well, I thank y'all for coming along with us. Take a look at the obstacle course today, and the project had some challenges during design and construction, like an accelerated timeline to get things ready for the Mississippi Army National Guard Best Warrior competition, and forest fires that broke out here at the site. But I think you'll agree, Alex, the real challenge is trying to run through the course. Absolutely. And you know, it was a real honor for SDW to get to work with the Mississippi Military Department to build this course that helps train our National Guard men and women, and I think everyone agrees that they deserve lots of recognition, and hopefully we'll get to continue to partner with them in the future on more exciting projects.
Now I'm exhausted. Let's take a breather and recognize our judges, who gave it their time to participate in the judging process. Denton Gibbs, President and CEO, The Gibbs Company. Harry Gong, DWSRF Engineering Coordinator for the Mississippi State Department of Health Bureau of Public Water Supply. Vice President, Region 1, of the Mississippi Engineering Society. And an SPE House Delegate for the National Society of Professional Engineers. And Laura Husel, Attorney with Butler Snow. Next is our third honor award winner from Wagner Engineering. This is the Lake Harbor Project.
Ridgeland, unlike a lot of Mississippi cities, really has never had a downtown. We want to take Jackson Street and we want to remove the traffic as much as possible off it and create an atmosphere so that it's more pedestrian friendly, it has that downtown feel. Lake Harbor Extension, along with another project we did, Colony Park Boulevard, will help facilitate that.
The project comprised of a roadway and a bridge and some drainage structures. One of the most noteworthy aspects would have to be the box culvert. What really set that aspect of the project apart and made it noteworthy was the former culvert beneath a operating active Class 1 railroad had to be demolished, removed, and the new structure put in place and completed all within a 24-hour period.
So for a city to take on a $28 million initiative, it requires a ton of persistence from the consultant and the owner to ensure that the project becomes a reality. What we're seeing with this project being complete is all that hard work and determination actually being realized.
Obviously, I'm proud of the fact that we were able to work with our congressmen and senators in Washington to get federal funds to assist us and to leverage that money along with our bond money and to be able to build a project and yet not raise taxes at all. The road obviously is a gateway to economic development. There are other growth things that are going on now on Highland Colony Parkway because of the road, and I think that's significant to know that without that road, I think we would have less economic development.
There's nothing like a good box culvert to get a room full of engineers excited. Thanks to Wagner for this submission. Now, I'd like to recognize this year's scholarship winner, Anna Hughes. Anna is a student at Mississippi State University, and she plans to get her civil engineering degree in spring 2022. She is a native of Goshen, Alabama. At Mississippi State, Anna has served as president of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and secretary for the Civil Engineering Women's Advisory Council. She has also been a member of Mu Alpha Theta Math Honor Society and the Associated General Contractors of America. In addition, Anna has held intern and work-study positions with Power South Energy Cooperative. We are pleased to award her this year's ACEC Academic Scholarship. Okay, now we move on to our first runner-up award, the Grand Award. This goes to Burns Cooley Dennis for the University of Mississippi Medical Center Children's Hospital expansion. Get ready to rock on this one.
I understand Burns Cooley Dennis is submitting a great new interesting project this year for the Mississippi ACEC Engineering Excellence Award. Tommy Dunlap, as principal engineer of Burns Cooley Dennis, can you give us some background information about this project submittal?
Yes, ma'am. This year we are submitting the University of Mississippi Medical Center Children's Hospital Expansion Project, which opened in November 2020 in Jackson, Mississippi. The $180 million expansion project included the tower with 3 podium levels and 4 tower levels, and a large adjacent parking garage.
Interesting. So you guys specialized in geotechnical engineering services on this project. Can you tell me who else were important players in the overall success of this great project?
Okay. Other key participants were UMMC as owner-client, HDR as lead architect, Walter P. Moore as structural engineer, Cook Douglas Farr Lemons as associate architect, Brassfield and Gorey as construction manager, and Moore Shea Bridge Company as deep foundation contractor.
The UMMC Children's Hospital expansion is of incredible value to the community. Can you tell me some major technical challenges Burns Cooley Dennis had to address to make this project a success?
Certainly. There were heavy column loads of 3,000 kips that required deep foundations and specialized continuous flat auger piles never before used in this area. Because of various basement levels and protect adjacent properties, we designed soil melt retaining walls to provide stability during construction. And because of highly expensive gazoo clays, we worked with void spaces and buffers to protect the building slabs, and we used specialized seismic testing to aid the structural designer in crafting a more efficient structural system.
Well, thank you. That's a lot of useful information and techniques that will no doubt help other owners and designers in this region on future projects.
Yes, ma'am.
And now, what you've all been waiting for. The main event? The Grand Conceptor Award. Drum roll, please. This year's winner is FCNE Engineering for the Three Rivers Solid Waste Management Authority project. It's all about leachate evaporators, a subject I'm sure is near and dear to everyone watching tonight.
We're here today with Mr. Stickatuam, attorney for Leachate Treatments of America. Mr. Tuam, why does your client charge such exorbitant rates to treat leachate from landfills?
Well, we think 20 to 25 cents a gallon's a bargain since they can't take it anywhere else.
Do you randomly stop taking leachate from landfills?
Only if they complain or the regulators come to visit.
Is there another way to manage the leachate that will cost only 6 cents per gallon?
Yes, there is, but we hope they're not watching this and find out.
Rain, leachate, and biogas production are a given at any Subtitle D landfill. Over the course of several years, leachate volumes have increased and the disposal costs ranged from 10 cents to 20 cents per gallon. In 2014, the authority hired FC&E Engineering and Mid-South Consulting to develop a plan that was environmentally sound and provided the authority with some fiscal and logistical control of leachate. The engineering team concluded that leachate evaporation was an attractive option because of the low-cost, readily available biogas at the landfill, along with the unused heat energy of the adjacent 1.2 megawatt generator. The engineering team prepared designs around the selected equipment. The design utilized biogas from the landfill and the exhaust from the adjacent generator to provide the heat energy needed to evaporate 25,000 gallons per day of leachate. After construction, the evaporator has exceeded expectations and frequently evaporates up to 29,000 gallons per day of leachate. The project has been a huge success and has reduced the cost of leachate management down to 6 cents per gallon without having to depend on discharging to a wastewater treatment plant.
That's going to conclude our virtual awards event for 2021. Hopefully we'll be back together in 2022 for actual food, actual fellowship, and a live host. Until then, just remember, if God didn't create it, an engineer did.